Hey everyone, Julian here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a techno kick like the one you heard in the intro out of anything. So as usual, you can get the project file and samples from this video in the description for free. So if you like that kick you just heard, you can just take that, or if you want to reverse engineer this, anything like that. But yeah, so go ahead and pick that up and let's dive in. So the sample that I used to create the one that you heard in the intro was actually this. So yeah, definitely nothing percussive, nothing even remotely kick-like about that sound, but we're going to do a few things with Ableton Simpler to kind of shape it. So I'm going to bring this into a simpler here, and we'll unwarp that since it's a long sample. I guess it automatically warps. And the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to put this filter frequency down, and then we're going to go to this envelope tab. And we're going to turn the amount up a bit. So what this filter envelope is going to do is it's essentially going to shape the kick. We're going to use this with the volume envelope, which I'll start messing with in a second, to just sort of like shape the sound of the kick and like how long we want it to be. But you'll hear when we start with a sound like this noise that's kind of like bright sounding, and then put this filter envelope on it, you can hear it gets that sort of like techno warehouse kick kind of vibe. And this is obviously very early on, but we're just getting started here. So then I'm also gonna put this volume envelope down a bit. Cool. So the next thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna go to this pitch envelope tab here, and similar to the filter envelope, we're gonna use the pitch envelope to just shape the very start of the sound. So we're gonna give it more of like an impact or like a hit at the start of the sound. This is gonna make it really like a lot more percussive. So if I turn this amount up, and usually I turn the decay time down a bit. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So it's pretty quiet now. Let me turn this up. But like I was saying, you can hear we have like a hit here, Like it's the start of something. So I'll turn this amount on the filter envelope down a little bit. And yeah, let's keep going. So the next thing that I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put on a utility and just convert it to mono using the left ear. The thing about this is, and the reason why you actually would probably usually want to do something like this anyway, in this case you can see it's very pronounced. There's like a lot more going on in the left ear than in the right ear. But with any kind of, hit or like a kick or any kind of percussive like sound that you want to have a lot of impact, you kind of need it to be mono, because that's what really hits hard, is like the mono signal. So I'm just going to put this into mono using the left ear here. Sometimes I like to try the right one. And yeah, so you can see we're starting to get there more and more. So then the next thing that I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to take a limiter and just boost it like a ton. So you can kind of see over here, and you can hear what's going on when I start turning this up. You can hear it becomes a lot more pronounced. Like it sounds a lot more like a kick now. So now is when I usually will start shaping things a bit more, like the filter envelope. And I can turn this down a bit now as well. But yeah, like the filter envelope. And maybe I'll add a bit more of the pitch envelope. But you can see it's really starting to become a kick. So then the last thing that I will usually do after this point is actually use a saturator. And if we put it on the wave shaper mode and turn the drive up a little bit, you'll see like this can really help as well. If you just use this wave shaper, and you don't even have to know entirely what's going on with these controls. Like, to be honest with you, I'm a little bit confused sometimes when I work with this thing as well. But it just allows you to kind of like play with the sound. It's very similar to FM synthesis, where you're sort of like just adding like weird harmonics and distortion and like different things to sort of like the just to the sound. And it can really like change the sound. It can really help you shape it into more of a kick. So like you can hear this is really giving it that like deeper kind of warehouse vibe. And like I just usually like to play around with it. Maybe I'll turn the damp up a little bit. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is how you do it. You just want to sort of start working with the filter envelope and the volume envelope, and then sort of work your way up from there. Just start small and just keep going through each step until it gets to the techno kick. And you'll see, like, if I drop another noise sample in here, here's what it sounds like right now. Sorry. There we go. Here's what it sounds like right now. If I grab another one, like, let's take this one. I think is the one that I was playing with earlier. You can see we also get like a cool kick out of that. So you can see, like, this technique works pretty much universally. You can use this with a ton of different samples, any kind of different thing, you know, like, we literally started with noise to make this kick. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Like I said, you can get the project file and the samples and this kick in the description for free, so make sure to check that out. And yeah, thank you again, everybody. Check out my social media. It's on the screen right now. And I will see you guys again tomorrow with another tutorial.